Greetings from God, Allah, and the Arcturians, and Prophet Muhammad, who is here with me, and Prophet Muhammad's wife, Aisha, who is Hazrat Aisha, al-Mu'mineen Aisha for Muslims, who I am the reincarnation of. I'm having to record this message and put it out there because, well, first of all, God, Allah, and the Arcturians and Prophet Muhammad is asking me to. And secondly, I've been realizing the seriousness of my situation, and I'm having to face the reality of what I'm doing here, what I'm trying to do here, and also what I'm doing here on my channel. And so, even though this message came to me a while back, but I've been sitting on it, I suppose waiting for the right time to post it and release it in public, and perhaps that right time has come. The right time is now. So, do not take me as a joke, and do not take this message as a joke, because this message is coming from God, Allah, the Arcturians, and Prophet Muhammad, and Hazrat Aisha, who I am the reincarnation of, for Muslims. And I've had to look him up on Google because I didn't know who, the current Ayatollah of Iran or Iran was or is. So I'm looking him up on Google because God, Allah, the Arcturians, and Prophet Muhammad was giving me the word Ayatollah just now before I started recording this video message, which was a clue for me to look up the current Ayatollah of Iran. And I'm looking him up on Google, and it's saying the Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khomeini. If I'm pronouncing his name correctly, my apologies if I'm mispronouncing his name a bit, who is incumbent, assumed office 6th of August 1989, preceded by Ruhollah Khomeini. And yes, this message is about Ruhollah Khomeini and his soul and his spirit and his ruh for Muslims, and his fatwa on Salman, Rushdie, and others. Because guess where that fatwa landed him? In hell. Straight to hell, which is Jahannam or Jahannum for Muslims. Now, for those Muslims who don't know, I'm a medium. I have the psychic ability of mediumship. Which means what? Which means that I have the psychic ability to communicate with the dead, with the souls or spirits of the dead, which would be ruh for Muslims. So, And of course, the dead come to me and communicate with me. The spirits of the dead come to me and communicate with me. Also because of who I am, as I've already enlightened you in the beginning of the video, who I am. So they come to me and they communicate with me. And I don't remember exactly now, but it's probably been a couple of months or a few months by now, maybe 2-3 months max. I'm thinking that I sensed the presence of the spirit of Ruhollah Khomeini, and his spirit or his ruh told me that he wants to take that fatwa back. And that's the message that his spirit or his ruh communicated to me, and that's the message that his spirit or his ruh gave me to give it to all of you, all the Muslims out there, but in particular the current Ayatollah Ali Khomeini. Now, I'm gonna ask God, Allah, and the Arcturians to put this video message in front of the current Ayatollah Ali Khomeini. Somehow, some way, I don't know how God, Allah, and the Arcturians will do this, how they will get this message to Ayatollah Ali Khomeini, but I shall leave that up to God, up to Allah, and up to the Arcturians, so he can get this message. And I don't know how old he is. I hope that he will get this message before he dies. Because another message I'm getting from God, Allah, and the Arcturians and Prophet Muhammad, and myself included, who is the reincarnation of Prophet Muhammad's wife, Hazrat Aisha, we all request you to take that fatwa back. We all request you to retract that fatwa, because you can do this. You can do it. You have the authority to do that after Ruhollah Khomeini. And Ruhollah Khomeini wants you to take that fatwa back and wants you to retract that fatwa as soon as possible. And hopefully before you die. Because, as I said, because I've been thinking about this, and it's been on my mind, and then earlier this morning again it was on my mind, and the message that I got with that is that Ruhollah Khomeini is in hell because of this fatwa. His spirit, his ruh is in hell, which is Jahannam or Jahannum for Muslims. His spirit, his ruh is in hell because of issuing this fatwa, because of this fatwa. That's the message God or Allah and the Arcturians were giving me about Ruhollah Khomeini this morning. So please don't shoot the messenger. I'm only the messenger. I have to deliver the message that I'm getting from God, from Allah and the Arcturians and Prophet Muhammad. Because the world needs to know this. Because the Muslims and the Muslim world needs to know this. And you, the current Ayatollah, Sayyid Ali Khomeini, you need to know this too. If and when you come across this message from me, and you need to correct this, shall we call it a mistake? Though it's beyond a mistake when it's about killing and murdering innocent human beings, Muslims or not. So they need you, and Ruhollah Khomeini's spirit and his Ruh needs you, Sayyid Ali Khomeini, to retract that fatwa now. He needs you to do that for him. And God, Allah, and the Arcturians and Prophet Muhammad needs you to do that, and is asking you to do that, is requesting you to do that now. Please. If you don't want to end up in hell yourself once you die. And take it back and retract this fatwa and make it known to the world, and make it known to the Muslim world, and make it known to the world at large, so everybody knows, everybody in the Muslim world knows that you've taken it back, that you've retracted this fatwa, and so the world at large knows as well that you have retracted this fatwa. Or God, Allah, and the Arcturians giving me a message right now, or you will end up in hell too, just like Ruhollah Khomeini. I'm sorry, I'm just the messenger. I have to deliver the message. Unless you take this fatwa back, unless you retract this fatwa, you will end up in hell too, just like Ruhollah Khomeini, once you die in this lifetime. That's it. I've delivered the message. Greetings from God, Allah, the Arcturians, Prophet Muhammad, and Hazrat Aisha. Over and out.